office at 572-0383 or 572-0215. REV-UP St. Lucia, the alpha of radio.
Up next, Harddrive, brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
In moments of loss, finding comfort and support is essential. At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we understand that every life is unique, and honoring that life is our mission. Our dedicated team is here to guide you through every step, offering personalized services that reflect the cherished memories of your loved one. From traditional funerals to modern celebrations of life, we provide a range of options tailored to your family's wishes. Whether it's a simple service or an elaborate tribute, we ensure every detail is handled with care. Let us help you create a meaningful farewell, honoring the legacy of your loved one. To learn more about our services, call 758-452-2021 Castries, 758-454-9239 Viewfort. Visit us at www.rambalisfuneral.com. Rambali's Funeral Parlor, where memories are cherished and love is everlasting.
Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good night to our listeners and to our viewers in St. Lucia and across the globe, especially those of you checking us out on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and also on DBS Television. Welcome, welcome, welcome to one and all. My name is Andre Paul, and the co-host of the show today. Unfortunately, we don't have our dear beloved, Kina. Yeah, she's on vacation from today. So good morning, Kina. In fact, maybe I should say good morning, good afternoon, good night, because she could be overseas already, right? Lady Jane, you don't think so?
You think she's gone already? I think she misses us and she would want to stay a little closer. But good morning, listeners. Good morning to those of you listening to us on the World Wide Web and, of course, on Facebook. Good morning to you.
And also on DBS Television.
And DBS Television. Good morning, good morning.
Yeah, yes. So, Kina, I imagine if she's not...
Kina, good morning.
If she's not overseas, most likely she's having fun with her favorite little friend.
Boy,
you don't think so?
Snow.
Yes, Snow, her favorite little friend. For sure.
Snow.
One thing, boy, I must admit, Snow is getting it good. I'm almost jealous.
She told me she was cooking for Snow. I said, what? Yeah, I can't remember what time it was, but I was on my way home. And she said to me she was cooking for Snow. I said, oh my goodness. Snow, I wonder if it was a happy one.
I wonder if it was Purina dog chow.
No.
It wasn't Purina dog chow.
It was what we eat. But it was what we eat.
You know, back in the day when I had my spot, it was Purina. So I wonder if that brand is still around.
Don't you mix? I mean, we mixed our dog food or cat food. We mixed it. Some days you mix it with what we eat and mix it together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they understood, because not all animals want to eat your food. Yeah.
Okay.
Or not animals want to eat their food. It depends.
There was a tablet I used to buy for Spot. It was called, look, that's a long time ago, something conditioning tablet.
Oh, really? And that was what, like a vitamin or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was supposed to give the dog white teeth and so on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I remember spotting some nice white teeth.
They might have other things.
Bob Martin conditioning tablets. I actually remembered it. What? That's a long time ago.
So many things now for the dogs. So many things.
Oh, yeah. People have moved on.
Things that you could use for the ticks and everything. The fleas,
Now, the ticks and stuff, I used to go and do that myself.
What?
Yeah.
Pick them up?
Yeah, go.
Oh, then you didn't have many. There's some dogs that, I mean, if you have horses living close by or passing close by, I mean, the dogs are filled with this.
Really?
I remember one time our dog had it so bad that we had to take him to the vet. It was really bad because there was some guy who used to have his horse close by, bring the horse there every morning. And I guess the dog used to get out. It was really bad.
The dogs actually enjoy the grooming, huh? When I used to remove those ticks for Spot, oh man, she just lied.
But that's painful for them, Andre. It's actually sucking out their blood.
Yeah.
So it's painful for them.
So
we also have to be careful how we take it out. Huh? Some of us pull. It's already clinging on to their skin.
Right. Yeah. So I guess things have changed now. So you just buy stuff. What you give them to?
I don't have now.
Oh,
You know, I don't
okay.
have. We used to have because we always had males, and then we got a female, and of course that multiplied. And there's the saying, the dog should not be mating with its relative because it would have possibly problems giving birth. I believe that's true. I mean, the vet will respond to that, but I believe that's true because our dog did that, and when she was giving birth, she had difficulty giving birth to the pup. Andre, I'm the mother in the house. Consuelo was there. I was so nervous and sensitive about it. Guess who came, grabbed a towel or whatever, and helped. I forget what the dog's name was at the time, and help with the birthing. Consuelo.
Consuelo?
Yeah, she was still going to convent at the time.
Serious?
Yeah. She's like, Mommy, it's in pain. You have to help. I said, no, I can't. And she helped, I still remember that.
How old is she at the time?
She was still going to the convent.
Teens,
so,
yeah.
she
All right.
went to the convent up until 16, so she must have been anywhere between, maybe, 13, 14, somewhere there. I'm not too
So
sure.
when she learned to do that, that's interesting.
I don't know if she learned to, maybe from school or whatever. It's not that. It's not something that you couldn't do. It was already coming out. It was just stuck.
Oh, okay.
It's just to
wow.
assist.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just to assist her.
Priest Kailash delivers his own children, huh?
Well,
Priest
yes,
Kailash.
he's a doctor.
Yeah,
isn't
he does that. He does that. Yeah. Wow. I think that's
Andre,
just
I had
amazing.
One
That's amazing.
child.
That's amazing.
And I love my daughter to the moon and back a million, billion times. But Andre, I don't think if I would to have another baby, I don't think if someone asked me, like I'm saying now, I don't think I would have another.
Wait.
Okay, Andre,
You say someone ask
carrying
you?
is one
You
thing.
say someone ask you?
Well,
You can
are
only
we
be
talking
hubby?
about it?
No,
Consuelo
only
could have
be
asked.
hubby?
She did ask for a sister or brother in her time. She asked several times. And I remember once I actually heard her asking her father, can I have another sister or brother? And he says, yeah, not a problem,
Uh-huh.
But Andre, for me, okay, I don't know for other women, because we're the ones carrying. So you can't really say other men. We're the ones carrying. For me, I just thought the birth was the worst. Carrying was okay. I mean, you go through the ups and downs and so on. But I thought the birth was the worst. Honestly speaking, I guess, thank you to my mom, we in the family never had serious menstruation pains. You know what I mean? And so when I had that, Andre, what? That was the worst I've ever had.
And
Front
you
pain,
actually,
back
you actually
pain,
remember
every
it,
kind
huh?
of pain.
You actually remember it. Wow. Yeah.
No, I can remember it. Like
And
it was yesterday.
there are females, of course, who just go, as they say, floop.
Look at Rihanna.
And they're good
Look
to
at
go.
Rihanna, one after the other.
Yeah.
Well, my mom was almost like that too, but we're talking about back then. My mom is 93. Talking about back then when there were no contraceptives and you just had to rely on the, as we call it, the rhythm method, which is the 999 formula, whatever it is.
Oh, you don't know what it is?
I know what it is, Andre.
You said whatever it is.
Okay. Let me say that quickly. You're a man, but let me say that quickly. I say 999 formula because 3 nines is 27.
Right.
Some people are very exact on their menstruation. 3 nines is 27. In 27 days it comes. I was one of those. Exact. But there's some people who might be 21. So you have to go down to 3 sevens is 21. So it's 777. I say 999 formula
Right.
because that would be one of the healthier persons. Right? But I mean, you know your cycle and you just have to make sure you have that formula correct. So you don't get what Andre would use the word stuck.
I remember I was speaking with a lady who was my friend at the time, and she said to me, Andre, I know the exact second I could get pregnant.
Possibly.
I was like, what?
Andre, possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, 24 hours, 48 hours. I mean, these are the 2 days you have to abstain or withdraw. Simple. And if you know your body, and the man, of course, understands, because some men say, I don't want to withdraw. Some men might say, I don't want to use contraceptives. husbands might say, what are you talking about? You're my wife. I ain't using any contraceptive. You understand? So it means you have to. And there's some men that will say to the wife, you are not using. I don't want you to use. So you have that dominating factor there that you have to, I don't know, accept, understand, whatever. I hope, and I'm happy I didn't have that, because I could, as we call it, still rule my body.
Right.
You know?
So isn't that a little risky to
Which
take
one?
a chance with the
999
rhythm
or the
method?
rhythm method?
A little
Yeah.
risky, no?
I think it is if you are worried about giving birth. I think it is. In other words, you're doing your best to control pregnancy, and then you do get pregnant, and then you don't want the baby. So of course it is risky. But if, I'm protecting myself, but if I get pregnant, it's okay. That kind of thing. Then it's all right. It's okay.
Am I right in saying that I think the Catholic Church, they sort of support the rhythm?
Support?
Yeah. In other words, that's they don't believe in contraceptives.
Contraceptives.
Is
That one I
is that
know
correct?
they don't believe. Well, I know they don't believe in the contraceptives, but I guess maybe I'm not sure. I'll have to check that out. But I guess you're right in saying that they believe in the rhythm method, because obviously the rhythm method is actually, it works from the woman, her actual dates, from date to date. So some people just have a calendar and they work with that. You know what I mean?
What about
Yes,
the
Andre.
stories? What about the stories? I mean, I heard these stories. Now that you're here, maybe you can respond to that, or maybe you may say you don't know. But when a female maybe seeing one guy, and maybe she's been with that guy for a long time, and she moves on, maybe the relationship has ended, and she moves on to another guy, that her period, the date, it changes. Is that correct?
Andre, there's so many stories about that. I've heard, you said that for the woman, I've heard that for the man. If a man is cheating, then the woman's cycle changes. So that's how she would know as well.
That's another story.
Right? I've also heard, and I've experienced it when I worked in the hotel industry, where I had more female staff than male staff. And all our menstruation switched and came in at the same time. So when we first got in, we were probably a week apart, 2 weeks apart, whatever. And then all of a sudden we were like, just about all of us had it at the same time. And so that part I experienced, so I know for sure that is. But when it comes to the other part, I don't know if that's just a saying.
Yeah,
but I've heard on both sides that yes, that can happen.
All right, interesting stuff. Okay, let me just do some house chores, and then we shall continue. All right, today, folks, at the Tomaso Bread Place, you have stewed pork, baked chicken, seasoned rice, ground provisions, mac and cheese, lentils, and tossed salad. That's the menu for today at the Tomaso Bread Place. Stewed pork, baked chicken, seasoned rice, ground provisions, mac and cheese, lentils, and tossed salad. And remember to try the wide variety of sea moss beverages, which include coconut, ginger, peanut and peanut punch, and regular sea moss with flax seeds and chia seeds. So I think I can make an announcement right now. My partner, Anthony, I know he's listening. So, Anthony, I'm going to be going up to the Tomaso Bread Place today to collect your lunch. I did promise him that I would get him lunch this week.
Oh.
Yeah, I did promise him. So, Anthony, I'm letting you know right now that after I leave here, maybe about 12:30, 1 o'clock for the latest, I will go up to the Tomaso Bread Place and collect your lunch, which I promised. All right? So I imagine he'll get the baked chicken, the mac and cheese, and the ground provisions, and the lentils, because he's kind of like me when it comes to those things. He eats real food.
Do you eat colorful?
When you say colorful,
Like you have your veggies, you have your your
yes,
food, your
man.
plate.
Yes, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once upon a time, I didn't want to see those things.
Yeah. You always say
I don't want to see those
your
things.
food, your plate is
Yeah.
colorful. That means you eat well.
So Anthony's like that. He eats real food. Real food, okay? And while I'm at it, I may even pick up a couple of CMOS drinks
Please
for him.
do, Andre. Please do. I would like to taste. I've
Okay.
tasted the peanut. already, but I've never tasted the others.
Yeah,
so that would
nice.
be good if you could bring it. And if you're coming back here, I heard you last night. By the way, I was in traffic. It was a good program.
You mean Dr. Suraj?
Yeah, I heard some of it because I was in traffic.
Yes, we were talking about something.
And it's always good to say hello to the people in traffic, Andre, when you are tuned in, because a lot of people just think you are at your home and you're watching it on radio.
That's true.
But a lot of people are actually in traffic and listening.
Where were you at the time, if you don't mind me asking?
I was in the north. I was actually taking my sister who came in yesterday. I was taking her to Massey right there.
All right. Yeah. So he
it
was
heavy traffic, so we were in traffic for a while.
It was quite interesting.
Listening to him.
It was quite interesting last night. Okay. Anything you want to mention before we move on? Anything particular? Anything happening in your life you want to share?
In my life?
I'm an open book here, so I talk about stuff that happens to me, friends, family, enemy, you name it. Yeah.
It's all good for now. Nothing negative is happening. Everything is positive.
All right.
Let me just say hello to my mom. I hope she's listening. Because I put the radio on in her room, and she stayed in the drawing room. And when I got home, she says, "I didn't hear you." I said, "But Mom, I put it in your room."
so
I hope Lennox is reminding her to, either he puts on DBS. Thank you, DBS. He could leave the television on for her, or but I did put the radio on the television. I put the television on for her in the room on DBS before I left.
Okay.
But at that age, you really cannot control because you're not sure. The memory, she may not remember that.
How's her memory?
She's at that stage where she's not remembering too much. Yeah, she's at that stage.
What is she like forgetting? Things like what? Because she recognizes everybody, right?
She might. Andre, you might have to say, "I'm Andre."
Oh, really?
You might have to remind her that you're Andre. She will remember some. She will not remember everybody. So she, you would have to remind her of that. There's some people that are her age that have their faculties 100%, like Mrs. Cynthia Santoma, 100%. Good morning, Sister Lady Santoma. And there's some people who it's beginning to, you're beginning to show signs of, as we call it, dementia and so on. But,
Or the Alzheimer's.
Yes. But, Andre, the thing about it is we always have to remember our parents and the way when we grew, the protection that they gave to us. So when we see them and we see that we now need to do the things that they were doing for us, it's sad sometimes. It's sad. But I love when because the thing about my family, we have very strong voices. My dad had a very strong voice. My mom still has a very strong voice. And so when I wake up and I hear the, "Good morning, Jan," I feel really good. And I'm like, I hope her health is as strong as the voice that I'm hearing, and every morning, like I say, "Mom, how you doing?" Sometimes before I even ask her how she's doing, "How you doing, Jan? You okay? You slept well?" Da, 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 da. I mean, as we spoke about yesterday. Yes. Yeah.
I know a gentleman who had Alzheimer's. I was told that he was suffering with Alzheimer's, and I went to see him. It was just a sad experience. Yeah. Because I knew him when he was in his better days.
Exactly.
Okay? And it was just so sad to see him in that position. He was at a nursing home, and I went to him, and I'm trying to get him to know that I'm the one who's there.
Yeah.
And he had no idea who I was.
No, my mom would.
And then now
she would start talking, Andre, and start talking about the radio and so on.
He had no idea.
Yeah, so he definitely had.
Yeah, he said to me, Andre, okay, it'll come, that kind of thing. Yeah. And then I said, okay, well, I know such and such a person, right? That was his daughter.
Okay.
That's his daughter. And also his grandchildren. And I started mentioning names and so on. He had no idea what I was talking about. No idea. Yeah.
But, a lot of people are saying we should be writing things for them and leaving it in the room so when they wake up. In my mom's room, we've got my sister sent that, a clock that tells you the time, the day, the month. It also gives you the year, and it also gives you the moon and everything. If the full moon and whatever. If you want to make it talk, you can do that. But I have it off, because I want to encourage the reading. So I say, "Mom, read it." When she asks me, "What's the time?" I say, "Mom, look across, and you tell me the time."
If we could predict the future, boy, what a different world it could be, because we could do stuff to prevent certain things, right?
And how will the world revolve, Andre? The young ones, there'll be too many people in the world. We do have to go, Andre.
No. I'm just saying. I'm saying. We could sort of delay things.
Yes.
And avoid certain things, right? Because you could do something about it. You if you knew what was going to be coming. So I'm saying this for all of us.
We can, Andre, because I don't want to mention the doctor's name, but my mom is seeing another doctor now. But my mom was seeing a doctor, and I remember going to him and telling him that my mom is asking me certain things, and I'm a little concerned. And he didn't give anything for that. There are things you could give for that, for them to take. Brain food and, ginkgo and that sort of thing. And we can take that now, even if we don't think we're going through memory problems.
Yeah.
So we can take our ginkgo and whatever.
But the point I'm making, most times, in most cases, we develop something because we have to go.
Yes.
No two ways around that one.
Yes.
My grandfather, he just died in his sleep.
And
His
a
heart
lot
just
of people
stopped beating,
want to go, right?
and that's how I want to go. To be honest with you,
a lot of people.
Okay.
So, and he was how old?
He was in his 80s.
So, Andre, but don't you want to touch 90?
I want to make it to 100, man.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to do that. I really would like to. And I've already asked God that if He does allow me that privilege, that I'm still able to do. I'm still able to take a shower, right,
So
on my own,
intact, right?
shower on my own, and I can do number 1 and number 2 on my own. I don't need anybody. If it's not going to be that,
exactly. Well, I'm thankful. My mom is doing all of that.
Oh, well, you see,
I'm always worried when she's in the shower, but she's doing all of that by herself. She combs her hair.
So I was just saying,
she
Lady
loves her
Jane,
lipstick.
that if we could see the future, right, I think a lot of us wouldn't do some of the things that we're doing, right? Behave the way that we are behaving, because we realize that, hey, imagine you losing your faculties. You don't even know where you are. You don't know who you're talking to, your own kids and so on.
And Andre, a lot of the negative talk about persons, they do that a lot.
Yes.
Talk negatively about persons. And you know what? It's amazing, because once you put it out there on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the people who read, judge and jury already.
Yes.
They don't have to ask, is this true? It's just judge and jury. So whatever you post is 100% correct. And that I detest. You can check it out. You can find out if Andre wouldn't do that. That's not Andre. But all of a sudden, yes, Andre did this. And then guess what you do? The person forwards it. And forward and forward and forward.
Yeah.
But you don't even have the true details. You just got it from this person.
Yes.
And I'm on Facebook every now and then, but I hardly post, simply because I don't want to read the negatives. But you can't stop people from forwarding you the negatives.
Well, that's true
so
too.
that's when you get to read them and so on. Yes.
Yeah, and as you say that, my daughter, I think I mentioned to you off the air, my daughter downloaded Snapchat on my phone, right? And
so that's the pictures only, and for you all to talk. Yeah,
exactly. So all of a sudden, I just see these things just popping up. People asking to be friends and so on.
Yeah, of course.
And 99% of the people are females.
Of course, Andre. Did she put your picture up?
A female? No. It's just some AI thing that's there.
Oh, really?
Right?
So they see the
So I
name
guess they're
then.
probably curious, to know who that is. Maybe think like a young fella, maybe.
Andre,
a young
you
fella.
look good for your age.
So yeah, these things keep popping up. And when I look at those things, every time these ladies are doing the same thing, which is to shake their bum and this kind of thing. Right?
And talking about it, Andre, look at Nyla Blackman, sexy woman, sexy girl,
very.
sing well, we love her. And Andre, she always covered up, certain parts of her body. Did you see her last, one of her latest songs? She's got a string in the butt, the whole butt is out. It looks good, huh?
Yes.
Andre,
yes,
now let me tell you, I love the song. I did not 100% like what she was wearing, because I'm always the kind of person who feel that people should wonder what's under there, as opposed to exposing from exposing every part of the body. Anyway, I posted it, not because of the body, but because of the song. Andre, between the time I posted that, showered, and came back to my phone, it had already reached 300 persons.
Wait.
But Andre, just before that, I posted nobody, no nakedness, nothing like that. And Andre, they didn't even look at it.
One view.
Few, maybe 30, whatever.
So I think I know where you're going with that.
Sells.
Yeah, that's what sells.
That's really what sells.
And I mean,
maybe that's why she's changing her whole persona. Let me get into this kind of costuming right now.
So that is the thing. I think, it's wanting to be noticed and so on, and to get those likes and those views and this kind of thing. Almost every one of these ladies who asked to be my friend, they just post this thing. Everybody just shaking their butt. I said, but wait, what's going on there?
But Andre, let's also say that some of them are being paid for what
I wouldn't be
doing.
surprised.
No,
Yeah.
they're being paid.
Yeah.
They do that online, and they're getting paid for it. So we can't if that's the way you can make your monthly salary and so on, then we're not, like you say, we're not knocking you for that.
Yeah.
But some of them just go out there and expose just for what? For exposing sake. I mean, if you're getting money for it, then that's fine because you're in your home, in your house, in your room, whatever, and that's okay. But there's some people who dance.
Yeah, and they make you offers and stuff, asking you to send money, and you'll get sex tapes and this sort of thing. I mean, I see it, but I'm just amazed that so many beautiful women doing this sort of foolishness. I mean,
so some of them could be AI too, but hey.
Nah, not what I'm seeing.
Okay, you've seen the real thing.
All right. Okay, Lady J, there was a decomposing body that was found in Beanfield, Vieux-Fort. That was on Monday, I think about 9 o'clock in the morning. The police received a call that the decomposed body or decomposing body was found. And they identified the individual. I suspect maybe it could be relatives, maybe. His name is Norbert Crick. He's 66 years old. Now, they didn't say exactly. They didn't say that they suspected foul play or anything.
Really?
So I'm just assuming maybe he just probably passed, right? Maybe God knows what happened to him, what he was going through, and you have these people who are kind of like loners. I'm not saying he is. I'm just saying that does happen because I know certain people who I knew in the past, and they.
But wasn't he still working?
I don't know. But I'm saying there are certain people, right, who like to be by themselves. They like their independence and so on, and they don't really want to deal with people per se. Okay, for whatever reason. And there've been instances where these people have been found, in their homes already, the skeletal remains, that kind of thing, because people already know them. People already know the way that they are. They don't like to be bothered and this sort of thing.
But isn't that how Joyce Ogies was as well?
Yes,
she was found after.
yes, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing about living like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his story is, but I was just concerned that it wasn't foul play, but it doesn't seem so for the moment. Now, President Trump is on this campaign fighting drugs and saying how drugs destroying, the people in America, especially young people and so on, right? Let me ask you, do you think the problem is the people...
Repeat that, Andre, sorry.
No, I'm saying President Trump seems to be... Look what's happening there. This, attacks on boats that he claims bringing drugs to the United States, fentanyl and those kinds of things, and cocaine and whatever, right? Sort of blaming the suppliers. Look, you remember there's this comedian, this actor, who was being given fentanyl by, I think, a group of people. I think a doctor was involved in this sort of thing, right? Matthew Perry. Okay, and if you're following that,
since,
right? So people supply them with those drugs, and remember Michael Jackson couldn't sleep, and then you have people taking advantage of his situation and this sort of thing, right? So you have Donald Trump now on this rampage, if you want to call it that, to try and protect America from getting those drugs coming from, he says, maybe Colombia, maybe Mexico, maybe Venezuela. I'm not too sure. But anyway, so what I'm saying, do you think the problem lies with the suppliers or with people the people who want to consume those drugs? Why?
It's a combination of both, Andre. I mean, people also because you want to make money, and that's fast money.
But you want to make money on people who are willing to buy.
Exactly.
Right.
So it's the combination of both, because there are people who want it. They really want it. They want to use it because for whatever reason, like you say, Michael Jackson didn't see any danger in it.
Well,
So
his problem, he couldn't sleep. He couldn't sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
So some people, they use the drugs for things that are worth using it for, but some people abuse.
Yeah.
They overuse. And these are the dangerous people, right? But also, Andre, if we, as the seller, knows that these are dangerous drugs, why are we getting involved? And that's because we are going for the money.
Yeah, because there's a market for it. There's a market. Now, I'm bringing this up because the police, especially through the drugs, narcotics and firearms unit, they've been making a lot of raids all over the place, right? In fact, I can tell you right now, REV-UP St. Lucia picked this unit as our Person of the Year. Okay? That actually went viral.
They've been working hard.
Yeah, they've been working really hard and doing a very, very, very good job. Keeping drugs off our streets, firearms, and this sort of thing. Interdicting people who are involved in the trade and this sort of thing.
The firearms especially.
Right, exactly. And I'm just, amazed, right, that people are still taking these risks, knowing what's involved. And when you hear the amount of money that people are making. For example, I think they said that officers recovered approximately 23.2 kilograms of plant material suspected to be cannabis with an estimated trade value of $10,440 and other things that 6 kilograms of suspected cannabis resin, a trade value of $208,000. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
You're talking about EC dollars or US dollars?
EC.
Okay.
Yeah. So the point I'm making to you is that there's a market for this thing.
Oh yeah, Andre, there's always been a market. Remember when we were much younger and it was just marijuana?
Yeah,
and there was a big thing about marijuana. Now,
yeah, look at, for example,
got those really harsh drugs now coming in.
6 cannabis plantations, right, were discovered. All right, resulting in the seizure and destruction of 1,336 cannabis plants. So there's a market for this thing.
Yes. Because some people think it's medicinal.
So what's the problem? Is the problem the people who want to make money off of you, or you who you want the drugs?
Andre, it's both. The drugs are some of the drugs that you're hearing about, as we say, it can be used, but you minimally. Some of them abuse the drugs, and that's where things happen.
And keep in mind as well, Janice,
it messes our brain and everything else.
And keep in mind that under our current laws, right, cannabis or marijuana, right,
Caribbean on a whole everywhere.
Unless you have a certain amount, right, a certain amount that is allowed, it is still illegal.
A certain amount? I only heard that for marijuana, not for the other drugs.
Yeah, I'm talking about marijuana.
Okay.
Yeah, a certain amount you're allowed in St. Lucia, and you will not be prosecuted for that amount. I don't remember exactly how many.
You will not be jailed.
I don't remember exactly how much it was.
I don't
remember exactly how much.
Stick, meaning if you're smoking a joint.
People just want to get a high, man. They want to get a high. So I guess as long as there's a market, you'll always have somebody who's going to be the marketer.
Andre, of course, many people want fast money, and that's why, a long time ago, I remember when it was just marijuana, there was this girl working with a particular airline, not in St. Lucia, in another Caribbean island. Andre, she always wore some lovely clothes and belts. The belts were big. Always get compliments of how beautiful she looked, and she always had a belt to match. Years later, I don't know if obviously she was being watched. When she got to the US, do you know where the drugs were?
You can imagine.
In the belt. That's where she was carrying it all those years. Eventually, So at some point, we get caught. Some people are lucky, and they never get caught.
Do you think so? You think so?
Some of the big guns, they never get caught, and they get bigger and bigger, and they get more money. Of course, Andre, some of them, because they have their people. I'm the man at the top, and you're going to do the dirty work, and I call it dirty work. So you're going to be that mule, as we call it.
Do you think, okay, let's talk about in the St. Lucia context, that, okay, we know the mules get caught and so on. Do you think that those at the top never get caught?
Of course, every now and then, Andre, they will, because maybe some of the mules might end up saying, Andre, it's his team, it's his whatever.
Yeah.
And some of them will, take the blame because they know whenever they come out, they know exactly where Papa, uncle, whatever you want to call him, is going to assist,
So for you, let me ask you, how do you get your high? Because it seems getting high is a big deal for everybody. I know for sure, me, I get a natural high from going to the gym, from playing out, having when I watch people having a great time, I get a high from that, right? I feel pretty good. But I
don't drink. I don't, I shouldn't say I don't drink. I no longer drink, but I was never a hard drinker. I never liked the taste. And something about me too, if it was, as we call it, Olia's night or the last day of the year, you go out and you celebrate. So you have a little bit of wine and maybe 12 bang, you have some champagne. So by the time you get home, you feel a little tipsy and all of the above. Next morning, Andre, that hangover ain't nice. And I thought about that and I was like, why am I drinking? Why do I want to feel that way? So I just don't drink. Olia's night came and went. I just have my water. I drink water, Andre.
Yes.
And that's my high, my water. Okay, occasionally I might put a little cinnamon inside the water or cloves, to change the taste of it, because these things, the herbal things, are really good.
Yes.
But Andre, I've never been into this marijuana sort of things. Amen to that.
Or any other drug.
The smell of it, very sensitive for me. So these were some of the things that prevented me from, but that doesn't mean I haven't been around people who do. And I'm happy that no one forced me to, because a lot of people are forced into trying, and then that's when they get addicted, unfortunately for those people, because they get more addicted than the person who actually gave them to try it out or to taste it or whatever it is.
Now, sorry.
Like you say, I have my own high. I get up in the morning, so
go for a walk.
days in the week,
walking.
and I do my walking. This morning I didn't walk. I decided my bike, because I told you, Monday to Friday, one day I skip. So today was my skip day from walking, but I did 20 minutes on the bike. And Andre, I sweat. Wow. That was a good sweat. So that's my high, Andre. That's my high. That's my high.
Yeah. So while we respect people's choices, right? But for and I know that me and maybe you and maybe the few others who do not drink, that will not change anything, in any huge way, right? Because people love alcohol, right? People love it, and I can't get it from that. That's their choice.
Hold the alcohol,
and that's their choice, right? But for me, I remember I was what they call a social drinker. I wouldn't drink. You ask my friends who come to my home. I not even wine. I didn't bother with that. Yeah. Okay, just maybe my water, maybe some juice or something like that, right? And of course, don't forget the ice cream. That goes without
unless
saying.
you're drinking rum and raisin, Andrew, you're getting no high from that.
So as I said, when I decided now, when I went out, I would take a drink. I would drink 2, 3, that kind of thing. When I feel a little tipsy, then I say, okay, that's the sign for me to stop. Okay, so I had some level of control where that was concerned. But I wouldn't drink at my house. However, one day, I remember it was, I think Winston Springer Jr. was telling me, we were talking, and he told me that alcohol is a drug. Okay? Now I say, alcohol is a drug.
Yeah.
How could alcohol is a drug? How could that be? Say, go check it out, which I did.
He's correct.
And when I saw the thing, I said, alcohol is a drug.
That can mess up your brains, Andre.
I said from that day, I say, well, that's it.
Some of us confuse people falling on the street and say they're drunk and because of alcohol. Not necessarily. They could have diabetes and low sugar level is low, and that's why they're falling. But the majority of times when we see that, it's really alcohol. An alcoholic,
So as I said, me not drinking or you not drinking, not going to maybe, change anything too much. But gosh, man, let me tell you something.
I think it's a matter of taste. If that's what you want and that's what you enjoy, and I feel you can control it, because I really dislike seeing them babbing on. Like, you're so drunk. if I told you what you said or what you did yesterday, you can't even remember. So I'm saying people like that, I detest. I think they should be like, a video should be put of a friend, and this is how you got on yesterday. You need to control your drinking. You need to do something about it. I mean, if we have friends, we really need to speak to our friends about what's negative, what's bad. And I mean, if they don't want to hear and they want to continue that lifestyle, that's up to them, Andre. But at least as a friend, you can talk to that friend and wonder if that friend can change that kind of lifestyle.
Yeah. And I think maybe moving forward, the authorities, not necessarily in St. Lucia, we're talking about maybe World Health Organization and so on, should probably do some studies that would actually tell people what is really safe where alcohol is concerned. What's really a safe amount, right, for the average person?
Listen.
So at least there's some little guide, some guidelines, right? Because I mean, you cannot be putting a drug into your body. It doesn't matter which drug. You continually putting this thing into you and think that there are not going to be any consequences to that.
Yeah,
there
that
will
might
be consequences.
Their high, Andre.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's
right.
their high.
Yeah, but just know that there's a very real possibility, like we spoke about earlier, the possibility of dementia, Alzheimer's, those kinds of things. Because you are taking something that it is a drug. It's a drug. It's not anything that's natural. And although some people tell you that the marijuana is natural, they will say that.
Yeah,
but there are enough studies out there.
I've been hearing
to
things
debunk
like
that.
it gives you good eyesight and it will correct your eyesight and so on. I've been hearing all of that.
Well,
I even had a friend who told me, why don't you try it for your eyes? I'm like, HELLNO.
Okay, so let's talk about a little more serious stuff.
Don't forget your housekeeping.
I did it already.
You did? Oh.
Yeah. Remember I said I'll be collecting lunch for Anthony today. I did it while I was reading the...
okay.
Yeah? Okay. Now, there's this local organization called the St. Lucia Cuba Friendship Association.
Very nice.
And I want to bravo them.
Yeah.
I want to bravo them because they came out and they basically condemned the actions of the U.S. in Venezuela, the way they went about doing this thing, the operation. And of course now, Cuba, as I said, Cuba is next. I feel, I could be wrong about that. I feel that the CIA, they're already inside there already in Cuba. I think they're doing the destabilizing. There's no doubt in my mind, like Mossad from Israel, CIA in Iran, right? A lot of that destabilization going on there, right? I don't trust these people. I'm sorry. I don't trust these people. I don't trust them. Look at what I read for you yesterday where England knew that a guy was being tortured. They knew that. Instead of stopping it and say, we will not be part and, will not partake in this sort of thing, they were giving the interrogators questions while the guy was being tortured, right? So I don't trust those people. I'm serious. I don't believe those people. Are you going to believe somebody, right, who in 4 years told over 35,000 lies?
They actually taking note of that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The Washington Post. Okay? Donald Trump, in his first stint as U.S. president, they said in 4 years he told over 35.
His first stint as in the second term.
No, first term.
The first term.
Yeah.
Really?
He told over 35,000 lies. Right? As the Washington Post, you can go check it out. Check it out. Right? So I'm supposed to believe those people? I'm supposed to believe what you say? No. And you saw what happened recently there with the lady who was killed by the IS people.
And
right?
Basically saying he was right.
Yeah, and they're telling
so
you,
it's a done deal,
Yeah,
you realize that?
And they're telling you a lie, and you watching a video, and clearly what they're saying
something totally
different.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, but I'm supposed to believe people like that?
He was in front of the vehicle.
Yeah, and the vehicle
I don't know. I
hit him.
think he has an issue. He's been on that force for a very long time. But what they're saying, what I also read, because I went and checked him out as well, and they said he did this. He went to a vehicle, someone as well, did the same thing, confronted a driver for whatever reason, and they sped off, yes, but he was tagged on and he was dragged. So I don't know if that's why he gets so angry at any other driver, and because she drove off or was about to drive off, maybe that's why he did that. But that does not forgive him, at all.
That's extreme. That's extreme.
It is extreme.
And
one bullet is one, but to go overboard of three.
Yeah, and I think the people, I think at the FBI, was it FBI? I'm not too sure exactly which agency. A number of them have resigned already. Yeah.
For what? From the group?
No.
From his team?
No. The people investigating.
Is
Because,
that right?
yeah, because there's an investigation on. I think a few of them resigned. I saw the story last night. And
They just don't want any partake in that, and I
no,
don't blame them.
because they want them to do wishes to cover
What
up
is
the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They want to cover up
Exactly.
this thing that the guy can go.
Yeah.
But this is crazy. So the point I'm making
Because
to
he's
you,
been there for so many
I don't
years.
believe these people. I don't believe a word that they say. Right? I'm sorry. I don't believe those people. I'm not saying there are not others that are truthful and so on. But you see that gang that there? I don't believe a word they say. You see the gang in Israel? Who is that in that government there? I don't believe a word they say. Nothing. Once upon a time when these people talk, I just say, wow, anything they say, it must be true.
Yeah.
You understand? But now I know better. So I was very happy to hear them condemn what had happened there. Okay? And listen, let me tell you something. Venezuela gave some more information as to how many people were killed. Right? 100 people were killed in that operation, And nothing for that.
I think it's more than that. Yeah,
Well, that's the numbers
yeah,
that
but you have
I read this morning.
Yeah.
Right? Up to at least 100 people were killed. And don't forget, the Cubans, I think there were 32 Cubans who were killed. I think 22 of the Venezuela security forces, right? These people were just murdered. I'm saying nothing for that. You can just come, kill people, murder people, and just go about your business. Nothing. Let me tell you, when the U.S. had struck Iran, they killed over 1,000 people, over 1,000. You have people there in the Israelis in Gaza. This morning I read 70,000 people have been killed in 2 years. 70,000. Since the so-called ceasefire, they've killed, I think, 100 children.
Yeah, about that.
Like it's nothing. I'm supposed to believe what those people are saying? Nah. I don't believe a word. I'm not saying the whole of America is that way, the whole of Israel is that way. That's not what I'm saying. The whole of England is that way. No, it's the gangs that are there. And I call them gangs because that's how they're behaving. Now, tomorrow I'm going to read a story. Are you aware there's an organization which the British government has classified as a terrorist organization? Now, what they do, they go maybe where you have your, maybe you make military hardware to send to Israel. So they go there and they paint on the walls and they paint on the, they're a nuisance, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But they're taking action. They're saying, listen, we do not want you all sending weapons to Israel to be murdering children. Okay? I'll have a little more detail. Now, there are people now who in solidarity with that organization, and if you are out there demonstrating and so on, this sort of thing, you could be arrested because they see them as a terrorist. They call them a terrorist organization. So as we speak, there are a few of the people that were arrested. As we speak, they're in detention in the United Kingdom. They're actually on hunger strike. Yes, I think one of them is going, 66 days so far. I'll get the details tomorrow. I'll make sure I get all the details as we speak, because that's what they say. They do not like what's going on there in Gaza. And I'm telling you, England has been providing all kinds of support to what's going on there in Gaza with the Israelis, providing them with all kinds of weapons and so on. You have a man like Trump boasting and saying, Netanyahu asked me for all kinds of weapons. I never even heard of those weapons before, and I gave him everything. Then you have people complimenting Israel for walkie-talkies that blow up in people's faces and so on. Yes, saying, great job. This is madness. So people's lives mean nothing, absolutely nothing. So I want to say bravo to the St. Lucia Cuba Friendship Association. They came out and they say, nah.
And also to keep us in the know as well.
Definitely.
The fact that they are demonstrating and talking about it, they'll keep us in the know.
Yes, definitely. These people are just killing people, innocent people all over the place. They're beginning to normalize murder, and for us to get so desensitized that we get used to it. There's something
going on. No one will
get
used to that, Andre.
You think so? You think so?
No.
Let me tell you something.
At least not the Caribbean
Let me tell you
islands.
something. You see in St. Lucia, once upon a time when we had these homicides taking place, let me tell you, the talk shows, my God, would be ablaze with people, right? Getting angry and getting on and complaining and giving the police pressure. Let me tell you, these days, when you hear about a homicide, it's almost like a no big deal now.
No, Andre, they're still talking about it. It's still being talked about. I mean, we got the news. We hear the news. It's in the news.
Yeah, the news. I'm saying people's
And it's on
outrage.
Facebook.
People's
and
outrage.
It's there.
To me, I don't hear an outrage.
People, if you go on Facebook, you see all of how upset they are, but they generally blame the police all the time. They blame the police. I don't know why. They never tend to blame the individuals. They keep blaming the police, and that is just...
Well, human nature is that way.
Yeah.
We don't like to take responsibility for our actions, or our neighbors' actions, or we always look into
children's actions.
Yeah, exactly, to pass blame on somebody else.
He was a good boy.
Yeah.
That's always
Now,
the response.
I read a story this morning. This was a very interesting one. I thought Rosa Parks was the only woman.
Me too.
Okay, there you go.
I thought so.
Yeah, the
until
only
I heard
woman
about her.
to stand up. Well, I shouldn't say to stand up, to sit on the bus and not give her seat to a white person, because those were the laws back in the day. And that's why I always, when I talk about things like the NIC and so on, the way things are operating, things should change. Okay, and there's nothing wrong in that, in challenging the system. Nothing wrong. Now, I think we like to say, okay, well, it hasn't happened before in such a country. That doesn't happen. No. I mean, this is St. Lucia, and we should deal with the situation as it is in St. Lucia. So it's nothing wrong in taking a stand against something. And what Rosa Parks did, she took a seat. I'd say a stand, a seat, and they asked her to move.
Her stance on it,
So who knows if she was inspired by this lady? And I'm talking about, her name is Claudette Colvin. She just died.
I think a lot of people were inspired. I think they probably didn't get that opportunity, but she got the opportunity, and obviously she's a strong woman. That's why she was able to, stand her ground and say, I'm not getting up. And she was in the right seat. Remember, that was for the blacks.
Right. No, what I'm saying, when Rosa Parks did it.
Oh, you're talking about Rosa Parks? I thought you were talking about this lady.
No, I'm saying Rosa Parks came 9 months after what this lady did. So I'm saying, who knows if the lady...
Rosa Parks was before her.
No, she came 9 months after.
That's what I'm saying. Rosa Parks was before her. Why are they talking about her now?
No, what I'm saying to you, the facts are, this lady, her name is Claudette Colvin, right? Colvin. She was arrested for not giving up the seat. That happened 9 months before Rosa Parks' incident.
Really?
Yes.
And we're only hearing about her now.
That's what I'm saying. I said to myself, I'm saying,
this was recent,
maybe Rosa Parks used that as her inspiration.
Okay, well, the news on Rosa Parks, it never said that, huh? Yeah. Because then we would have heard of this lady.
Yeah, let me read it for you. In the U.S., Claudette Colvin, a civil rights champion, arrested for not giving up her bus seat for a white woman in 1955. She died on Tuesday, age 86.
That's why it came out in the thing.
Right. So in 1955, at the age of 15, think of that.
Wow.
That's a teen, okay? Colvin refused to give up her seat on a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, Memplasla, 9 months before Rosa Parks' act of defiance.
Good.
So I didn't even know about that.
Never heard of her.
When they asked her why didn't she give up the seat, she said, well, it was a young white lady who came to her.
Nothing wrong with her. She was not disabled or anything. Yeah.
So in those days, you're not supposed to sit on the same row with a white person because of the segregation laws that they had. You could be on the bus.
But if you read further, was it at the back where the blacks could sit?
Right. But
so she was not in a wrong seat. She was sitting where she was supposed to sit.
Right. And then, but the thing is that according to the laws, if a white person came and demanded the seat, you're supposed to give it to them. Yeah, so you're supposed to stand now and allow the white person. What was her response to that?
Is that what she was saying?
Right. So she defied. She said no. And they asked her, well, why? Why didn't you give up the seat? And she said, because it was a young white person that came. Maybe it was an old person. Maybe she would have done it.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe so. Out of respect. Exactly.
Yeah.
A pregnant person, this sort of thing. But so these were the rules and the laws. And at that time, it seemed like the right thing to do. It just seemed like the right thing to do. So who would think of defying the authorities, right? So we can take a page from these people and learn from the experiences. When the thing is not right, we have to speak up, stand up. I just mentioned to you about those people.
We have to be brave when we're doing it. We have to look at the moment because anything could have happened to her in that bus.
Of course.
Yeah,
but they charged her. They actually charged her.
Yeah, well,
they actually manhandled her as well, a police officer.
Yeah,
the bus driver came over, tried to get her to... So they had to call the police. The police came and they charged her. They gave her 3 charges, including about, the thing like she was resisting arrest or whatever it is with the police officer. And imagine that charge was... she had that charge I think for how many years now? 60 years. Yeah, 60 years. Until, of course, now things have changed. So she went back to the courts and say, listen, you need to expunge this charge.
Yeah.
And they did. They did. And she's saying, listen what she's saying. The advice. She says that she cleared her record because it sends a message to her grandchildren and great-grandchildren that the struggle of being African American is still going on.
Exactly. So she's making sure that they too, when the time comes, they take a stand.
Exactly. Okay? She said, I stood up for something.
Comes.
I stood up for something.
For my children too, for them. Yeah.
So folks, don't be afraid to stand up for something. Don't be afraid. Yes, it's true. It's not happening now. It seems impossible. Like I said, the thing about pensioners paying taxes on the pension, especially from the NIC, right? That seemed impossible. You know what I mean? Yeah. Who could stop that? And I know for sure one person, I won't say who it is, one person said to me, Andre, I brought this to the Prime Minister's attention. One person did that. And now?
Obviously, he listened.
Exactly.
And we say thank you to him.
So somebody has to say something.
We keep saying we need to give more to the elderly, period. And he's listening. So we say thank you to him.
Definitely.
Keep doing what
we
you're
must not be
doing.
afraid we must not be afraid to speak up, right? Even speaking up for somebody else.
Person, It might be several other people who spoke to him about it. And of course he's back in for the second term, and so why can't he put some more energy and effort into the elderly? So if it's happening, and it's happening at the early stages, which we are now in January, 1 month since they came back in, then we're happy for that.
Let me share something. That's the first time I'm going to say it. And I don't think the former Prime Minister, Dr. Kenny Anthony, will have a problem with that. I remember.
It was his birthday a couple of days ago.
Really? Oh, well, Dr. Anthony, happy belated birthday greetings to you. Yes, let me tell you. Back in the day when he was Prime Minister, right? I had a nice little relationship with him. I had a nice little relationship.
Andre, you look like his relative.
Maybe that's why. I've interviewed him countless times.
Yeah.
Okay, just like you see our current Prime Minister, I've interviewed him countless times. And what I said to him at the time, I said, Mr. Prime Minister, this house and land tax thing, that's too high, right? It's too high. The average person, you know, when we work in these things out, we must always think about the person at the bottom end of the spectrum, right? Because when if you say maybe your tariff is 20%, like it's 20% for everybody.
Yeah.
So I said to him, it's just too high. And he said to me, let me show you something. And he showed me a ledger, okay, of people who not paying the house and land taxes. Okay? And he said to me, Andre, that's the most, of all the taxes, that's the most difficult one to collect. A lot of people just don't pay it.
Yeah.
So I said, exactly, Mr. Prime Minister. So, you should look at giving a reduction on this thing. So he said to me, okay, don't worry, all right? I will have a little surprise for you. Okay? And imagine, I remember when he made the announcement that the house and taxes.
After, can you remember?
It wasn't too long. It wasn't too long at all.
Good.
Yeah, he went to Parliament and they made the change. So you see?
So,
now that's the first time I'm ever saying that.
We want our leaders to listen. And obviously they will not implement everything. But they can look at it and see where possible they can assist.
Yes, exactly. But the point is, if we don't say anything, they will think that it's cool.
Yeah, but we don't have to say everything. When they sit down in Parliament or sit at their little meetings, they need to bring up certain things. Let's try this, PM. Let's try that. There are 17,
you
16
would hope
of
so.
them.
I'm
hoping they do that.
Yeah, you would hope so.
And especially with the Labour Party that has quite a few young members, bright, agile, willing to take on all responsibilities. Let's hope that, we get more of what we want to receive.
There are a few things that the NIC is doing, all right? And I don't like it at all. I'll tell you exactly. I'll tell you one of them. There are a few of them, but one of them for sure have a major problem with that. Okay? If your husband were to pass, okay, you would be entitled
before the individual,
right? And you are still alive. You'd be entitled to a portion of his contributions.
Right.
It's a portion.
Right.
In some instances, I can understand it, but there are other instances where you have people who are making the bare minimum, okay? So say, for example, the bare minimum
Sorry,
is whatever.
Andre, before you go further, where did you get that information from that if the spouse passes away, that the partner gets...
A portion, yeah.
Where did you get that
From the NIC.
I don't know anything about that.
Well, maybe you never checked it out.
No, my husband is still alive. I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about my mom. My mom got nothing. So I'm asking you, where did you hear this?
Well, maybe...
Because this year it's going to be 17 years my dad passed away.
And he was an NIC contributor?
Of course he was a cop. Andre, you know that.
So your mother never went to the NIC to get the portion that she's entitled to? I guess she didn't know.
I don't know if she didn't know, but I don't know.
Let me tell you, there's a lot of things we don't know, and you'll be surprised
all
we don't
I
know.
know is the last salary that's all in back then, let's call it 16 and a half. Back then, what I knew, that's why I stopped you and asked you, is the last salary. When he died, the last salary, yes. And after that, nobody got anything. That's what I knew.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm correct. I stand corrected if anyone wants to correct.
Sure.
As well as if NIC listening, they can correct us on our platform or they can give you a call. But Andre, I never knew that. But anyway, go
Nothing
ahead.
wrong with
I
that.
wanna hear.
Nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that, right? Because there are a lot of things that we do not know. I remember when it was brought to the attention of the current Prime Minister as to how much some people were receiving as a pension.
Yeah.
You know, I remember he went to Parliament, and I remember him saying, "Mr. Speaker, would you believe that some people earn so and so, so and so, and so?"
$200, $300.
It's almost like they don't even aware of that. So I'm saying to you, when we know those things, we need to speak out. So. Yeah, if your husband were to pass, God forbid, right, you'd be entitled to a portion
Or
of
the
it.
reverse if you're paying.
And if you see,
And when you say entitled, you mean for until you pass as well?
yeah,
Okay, well, this
Okay.
is news to me, Andre.
and the children, of course, you know, the society cares about the children first and foremost. Yeah, the children are entitled. Say, for example, you're not there, they're entitled to half.
Oh,
Yeah, half.
Are you saying this is
So-
new? This
so-
is now, or this is then?
Well, I don't know what happened before, but I know for sure since I found out that's what's happening right now. So say for example,
That's good news.
you have Consuelo. Well, anyway, up to Consuelo doesn't qualify because she's already past 18. You're allowed to collect
so
if you're 18.
under, okay, all right.
Yeah,
Still
under
good.
18, right.
Still good.
Yeah, good at all because
No, it's still good, Andre. It is in the early stages. I'm telling you, 16 and a half years ago, I was not aware, and I know for sure my mom didn't get. I'm not saying that it was
you
her
should go.
fault
You should go see them. Go talk to them.
I did
You
call
go
about.
talk to them.
But Andre, when my brother passed, his wife, I did call and they said, no, I don't know, Andre. They said you have to check this out X amount of time before. When I called about her, because I mean he has two girls, you know. So I called about that, and somebody answered and told me that. But yeah. You know, it's never too late to check because I mean we are someday.
Maybe they have a good quas for you
so
there.
we need
A good quas.
not me, not me.
But here's the one that
her.
really gets me. And I know the folks at NIC that they're listening. Here's the one that really gets me. Right. If I were to pass now, okay, now I have a little daughter. She's 7. And say, for example, I'm supposed to collect, my pension would be $500, would be $1,000, right? My daughter is entitled to, if I'm supposed to get $1,000,
yeah, let's make
my
it easy
daughter
to,
will now receive $500.
So that's 50%.
That's correct.
Good.
I'm saying this should not be, okay?
Why you wanted to collect the whole
thing? Because remember, the children are the most vulnerable. And
but Andre, you are the one you were the one that worked and you were the one that got that amount of money. You're gone. Some countries can simply say, we keeping that. He's gone, she's gone, they're gone. You're getting 5% and
50%.
50% and you would still complain? I think we should work to get more, but I would still accept the 50%.
Yes, of course, for now we don't have a choice. But I'm saying that needs to change. It needs to change. Because remember, the children are the most vulnerable. We have to remember that. And you should try your utmost to make life at least a little more, less
That's
stressful.
for good children, because some of them will kill the parents for that money.
Well, forget about that. That's not important. Now think of it. So say, for example, I have my little 7-year-old. Maybe I have a 10-year-old and I have a 15-year-old. they would have to share in the $500.
500. Yeah, so that's when it gets tough.
So I'm saying that money does not belong to the NIC. It doesn't belong to them. Okay? It is a contribution that I made, not even voluntarily.
Okay, so
right?
let's ask the
Hold on,
question.
no,
If you're living...
Hold your
Okay.
question. Hold your question. Hold it. It's important,
Yeah.
right? Hold your question, right? I'm saying here, it's that the money doesn't belong to the NIC. It belongs. It is my
Individual.
hard-earned money,
Okay.
and I worked hard.
And
You
that's
see
your
me there.
opinion.
You see me there, Andre Paul.
Yeah.
I work hard for my money, right? Okay, and you're telling me you're gonna come and take control because maybe I passed now, right? And you're taking control of, and you want to give my child what you figure you ought to give. You give my child or my children. This is wrong. It's wrong. That needs to change, because I want to repeat this. The children are the most vulnerable in our society. Okay, they're already having it tough out
Children
there.
and the elderly.
Well, exactly. Children and the elderly. Correct is right. And I tell you something, the good Lord, right? And we are a Christian society, right? You know, He is very concerned about, and it's there. You can read it in the New Testament about the elderly, the widows, the orphans. Okay, even Paul said that's the true, what you call true religion, is when you care for the most vulnerable. So God will judge the nation by the way we treat the most vulnerable. Now, because we are a Christian society, that's why I'm saying so. So go ahead with your question now. You forgot?
No, I just got another one because you went and talked. I was just saying, Andre, well, that's not the question I wanted to, but because you went further. Andre, I think I need to look at that and look at other Caribbean islands to see what they're doing.
Mamile, what other
But
Caribbean
I
islands
do
do?
want to hear what they're doing, because Andre, that can still help us,
no.
especially if they're doing better than we are.
Maybe so.
Why
All I
not?
know is that we can set a precedent here in St. Lucia. We'd have to
Sure.
wait.
Yeah,
We'd have to wait.
yeah.
And remember, I said to you, remember that lady right there, Colvin, right? What she
Yes,
did,
yeah.
she took a stand.
But
remember,
Andre,
I
you
told
don't
you.
have to do all of that. The fact that you speak and you said it, you spoke to the former Prime Minister, that's Dr. Anthony, and soon after that,
he brought down the rates.
the rates, yeah,
He did.
and then
And
you
then
speak very well to
the other person
the
as well
present
that
Prime
spoke to the
Minister.
present Prime Minister.
Then you can just do that, and you don't need to rant and rage. You can just do that and see what he's going to say, because he's going to. I'm sure his words would be, "Let me look into that, Andre." He's going to say that.
Well, just support what I say.
I am supporting it, of course, Andre, 100%. But I'm saying I have to look into it because I never even knew it existed.
Exactly.
So I've got to look into it.
Yeah, and let me give you something else that you may not even know. Okay? You see, if your hubby were to pass, God forbid, and you...
Before, because, I could go
before you. So say, for example, your hubby goes before you, and now you decide, to have a little boyfriend and stuff, after he's gone. Okay? If you decide now to go live with that person,
You shall live or marry that person.
live.
How
And
would
if
they
you-
know that?
And if you, I asked that question. They
Okay.
investigate. They go around the community. They do that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
So you keep your home and the person keeps
now,
their home.
if you
that's
see,
all.
if you see, you get married, please.
Yeah, I know about marriage, but I never knew if you were dating. I mean, wow. They,
PTs.
who are they sending watching?
So can you imagine if you marry a guy maybe who went too irie, financially and so on. So you're paying a price. That's the best. You just don't get married again. Finish it out, eh?
Yeah. No, not necessarily, Andre. Because what if the funds was not very high? Then it don't matter.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
have somebody else.
So then you have to make sure now, if you move on, you have to be a fella who can take care of you. Yeah, because
Or you take-
because once you get married again, that stops. Whatever half you were getting, so not even half. Sorry, I think maybe
The percentage,
whatever the
whatever it was.
percentage is, right? That stops. And if they know you're living with somebody, forget about that one.
I don't understand that.
Neither do
Somebody's
I.
Actually watching.
Neither do I.
Wow.
I asked them right here.
guess
There was a
we're
representative right here. I hope they listen.
Yeah.
And asked them, how would you know? How would you know?
You're following an individual
Yeah, they-
and their private life.
She said they go
They've
into
got
the
somebody-
community and find
They've
out,
got
and they ask.
somebody watching you. What, Andre? Peepers and peepers. Oh, that one is new.
By the way, let me give you
'Cause I
something
heard
new.
about the marriage.
Let
but
me
not-
give you something new just before we leave, unrelated to what we're talking about there, because I read that this morning there with Israel. There's something called suicide drones. You ever heard that? You ever heard about a
No,
suicide drone?
no.
I've never heard about that before. So I went to dig it up. to see what that
drones,
is.
Yeah, but not the
They're
suicide
using the
drones.
suicide drones to attack those people in Gaza. And
Yeah.
those suicide drones, what they do is a one shot.
Drop,
Right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It just comes, hits you, and you can't use it anymore. Like normally, you have one, you can use it, and then it goes back to headquarters. No, that one is like a kamikaze. It comes at you, boom.
Well, I think that's what they use. They're using it.
Yeah, I didn't know about a suicide drone. I
But
went,
I
what
didn't-
was a
yeah.
suicide drone? In other words, the drone just
They give it
kills.
its own name. Yeah.
It kills itself on you.
And it's I'm not saying that's
Lord.
I'm not saying that's a good practice, but human beings would do that. So now they're using the drones to do it.
Exactly. Yeah, because I think was it the Japanese? They call them the kamikaze. They would just take an aircraft, whatever they have, and just plunge that
I mean,
into.
look at 911, Andre. Come on. So these people they're
Crazy.
finding all ways to destroy, all ways. So if they're going into the drones or the robots or whatever, I guess we'll have to watch it.
And
soon from
they're
now.
using those things on children. Okay.
Everybody.
All right. So let's get into the shout-outs. I hope you're able to manage.
Andre, I have to get into the shout outs on my phone.
Okay.
Because,
So what about Facebook now?
Facebook on my phone.
Oh, you
but,
can handle that?
yeah,
Oh,
on my
okay.
phone.
All right.
The only thing is I tried to get into it so I could have it on time.
So Kina didn't
well, I think we were supposed to put it on this, and I couldn't do it because.
well, you'll have to work on that.
yeah,
Okay.
so,
All right. So
we
you
have
have
to work
15
on that
minutes.
later.
Anuali.
And so, Andre, talk in the meantime because I have to get it. Yes, Andre. Talk about Tomazo and the good food.
Oh, God.
Yes,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And Andre, you can probably talk about someone who is missing. There's a missing young lady, 16 years old.
There is?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that as yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is she from?
So,
Where is she from? Do you know? No, you don't know
not
where
sure.
she's from. Okay,
Didn't
all right.
write
Well,
that, yeah.
if anybody knows, maybe y'all can send me a little message on my phone. But don't forget, folks, today, if you'd like to have
The sound might
something nice and yummy, just go to the Tomaso Bread Place to get your stewed pork, your baked chicken, your seasoned rice, your ground provisions, mac and cheese. And by the way, today, boy, I want to enjoy some mac and cheese today, without a doubt. Yeah, I'll be having some of that. So, Anthony, look out, partner. I'll come and check you a little later. Okay? So you have mac and cheese, you have lentils and tossed salad. And remember, of course, the wide variety of CMOS beverages, which include coconut, ginger, peanut and peanut punch, and regular CMOS with flaxseeds and chia seeds. So, Lady J, what's happening there, Lady J? Papa.
in here, but it's giving me my voice, Andre. I want to turn it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're going to leave out the shout outs
We'll
for
have
today.
to leave out the shout outs and do this one. Yeah.
Leave that out because
Okay.
apparently,
Is this
boy,
coming through?
the technology is too
Yeah,
much for you.
It's coming through. No, it's coming on my phone. I'm just trying to turn it off.
Kina must be having a
Yeah.
great time there, boy.
Kina has the app on her laptop, so that made it easy for her.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, we'll
that's
have
what
to
happened.
we'll have to talk to our trusted
So I just have to do it after
Fire.
That's all.
Get Fire to work it out
no,
for
I
you.
can do it. You just have to download it. But yeah, Andre.
All right.
So Andre, you have to give notice in the beginning of this. You can't just say to come on this.
How are we doing?
Yes,
there,
look at here.
Lady J?
All right, so let's
Anuali.
Okay, that's yesterday.
You don't have today?
I'm going up to today, Andre. Let's see.
Lady J, you sure you can find it?
Andre, it's right there.
Okay, well, let's go then.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, 10:31. Good morning. That's from the text messages.
Mm-hmm.
So, good morning, Rev family. Blessed Wednesday to you guys. I think they meant imagine. I'm 56 and I forgot so badly.
Wow.
And I forget
Wow,
so badly, it should be. I've been living in this apartment for the past 6 years, unlocked that door 1,000,000 times. Imagine last week the door was repainted in different colors, and I couldn't remember what color the door was before. Some people say it's menopause.
Well, boy.
No,
Yeah.
that's not menopause.
Thanks for sharing that little story.
yeah.
I think what the person is saying, imagine if at their
memory,
age
yeah.
they're having those memory issues.
Yeah.
And imagine if they make it to 80.
Yeah.
It'll be
And
something
this
else.
person said, good morning, Andre. I wish, well, that's 9:58, so that's just before. Good morning, Andre. I wish I could have called, but I was in an open space with too many airs. When you trust the wrong people, the product will annoy you every time you look at it. But when you have a good worker, contractor, it brings you peace of mind. So that was the program
Topic this
before.
morning, yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay. So let's go on with the. This is Sylvester. I wanted to call this morning, but the blind welfare people were with me. Okay. So I guess it's about that. at that time. Okay, 10:45. This person says, it's AG. I hope Lady J gets familiar with our new tune. What tune is that? Oh, AG. What, AG Simpson?
Yes.
I played his song yesterday.
Oh, you did?
I'm the one that played your song, AG.
Nice.
Hey.
Nice. And oh, by the way, let me just make a quick comment. Okay? I'll be the first to admit that. When Tony came up with the idea of Rev-Up the Homegrown, right, the top 10, and even having Rev-Up the Homegrown on a Monday and a Tuesday, I said to him, but Tony, how are you going to sustain that program? Because generally in St. Lucia, people release those songs around carnival time, that sort of time. How are you going to sustain this thing? He said to me, well, maybe that'll encourage people to produce a lot more.
Yeah,
and it's true. It's true. A lot of people are producing a lot of music now.
The year.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to have get that organized properly, to have a place where people can send their music, so we can get that. They don't have to send it like to my
Don't you
email.
We have the info? You
email.
don't want it sent to the info?
No, we'll get something separate for that. All right? Yes. And they don't have to send it to you and so on.
Yeah.
I'll have
it just
separate
floods up the emails for sure.
platform where they can send their music, because it seems a lot of St. Lucians now, the artists are producing stuff.
Yeah.
So
and yearly, as opposed to Christmas time.
Exactly.
You're right.
Exactly. So that's coming soon. Okay. Yeah.
So this person says 30 grams and 4 trees per person. I don't know what.
30 grams of money. The cannabis.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how much
Happy
is
birthday
allowed.
to
Thanks
Dr.
a lot.
Secret.
Thank you.
And
Dr.
also,
Secret celebrating his birthday today?
It says, that's what
Hey,
it says.
Dr.
At
Secret.
11:16.
Happy birthday, my friend. Hope all is well with you. Happy birthday. Nice gentleman. Yes, he used to call my program regularly, but I think he's working on another station. So the time that he's working, then I'm on the air, so he can't call. Yeah,
And
I
by
like him. I
joining
like
the
him a lot.
Facebook Live late, you will always miss some comments. Yeah. So I guess he missed some of the comments is probably what he was talking about. And this person says, at 11:20, Andre, can you imagine Trump put his middle finger up for someone who was protesting?
Really?
I think that happened. Yeah.
I haven't seen that
heard
one.
about that.
I haven't seen that, to be honest. That's news to me. Are you sure that happened?
Well, that's not
Maybe
AI.
that's AI. Maybe that's AI.
I saw that, but I just...
Because that would be headlines across the globe. Although one time he was giving an interview and he used an expletive. I heard him do that, for sure.
To the person?
No, he was talking about the war between Israel and Hamas, the Palestinians and so on. And he used an expletive. I remember I saw that. Yeah. Well, I saw and I heard.
Yeah,
But
so I could have gotten this
finger?
on my face, but I need to take the volume down, and the volume was not going down, and we're live, and so therefore we have to apologize for the messages on the Facebook. But
we're gonna have to get that straightened out. Okay,
we can even look at it tomorrow. It won't be on my phone; it will be on the laptop for sure.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, and we'll still read out yesterday's one. I'll probably do that.
Okay.
I'll take the time to actually write it down.
All right.
Yes,
Just a final thing from me here. Steve Jobs. You remember Steve Jobs? He's the Apple man. Yeah, Apple computer and so on. Apple fame. They have some memorabilia. His stuff that he had as a young man, and they include, let me see, items like his bow ties from high school. They also have something which I really caught my attention. The first check that he signed, he and the other guy was Steve. I think Wozniak. I think that was his name. Yeah. So these are the two Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. I think that was his last name. Anyway. So they have this check. It's for $500. Okay. So that was the first check he signed. To pay a particular guy who was making a part, right, for the PC, the Apple computer. He was making this board. I mean, I don't know much about these things, so I can't explain it properly. But anyway, so he used that first check. So they have that check, and they said that check they expect to get about $500,000 at the auction for that. It's a $500 check. Okay, and guess what? They said that what he did was to for him to start up the business. He had an old Volkswagen, and he sold that for $1,300. Yes, in 1976.
So where is
to
that?
start the company.
Where is that Volkswagen?
I don't know
They
if
just
they
talked
still have
about
it.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
they just spoke that this is how it started.
Yeah.
All right, and he
order to
signed
get
that
the
first
cash.
check and so on. And I mean, the rest is history. The rest is history. So
Wow.
now, he imagines when he died, he was worth $10.2 billion.
Imagine that.
Yeah, when he died.
Andre, like Bob Marley says, I can't quote his exact words, but Andre, money cannot buy you. Your health is important.
And that's true too, because he didn't have the best of health at all.
No, he didn't.
Yes. So I just, I find it just an interesting
Very
story
interesting. Yeah.
that he sold the Volkswagen. I'm not sure exactly what the other guy did, but the Wells Fargo check that was signed, the first check that he signed to pay for that board, to pay the guy to do it, that check is it's on sale. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, up for auction. Yeah. So they're looking at that $500 check.
That's the minimum, 500,000. You said.
Yeah, they're looking at $500,000, $500,000 for that check. Who knows? He may even get more than that.
More.
Yeah,
Might get
because there's the what do you call it, the bluefin tuna that's in Japan. Thing that the
you
tuna
read
was
about that the last
535 pounds,
Yeah.
right? And a guy paid $3.2 million for that, right?
To what? To go and kill?
No, well, he what do you call it, sushi. He has
the
sushi
place.
restaurants and so on.
Okay.
Yes, so imagine the kind of
That
profit.
must be a very expensive restaurant.
Yes, that's for sure. That's for sure. But anyway, on the bright side about the tuna, let me just let our listeners know that. You see, Jesus Christ ate a lot of fish when he was on earth, right? And I think I understand why. Because fish produces, it's part of the makeup of the fish, what they call the omega-3,
Iron.
right, fatty acids. They say that are essential because your body doesn't make it on its own. So you have to find it from an outside source. Of course, there's some, I think, seeds and so on, you can get it. But the most potent is fatty fish. And tuna is one of them.
Tuna.
So, folks, just in case you didn't know, I just want to, give you a little tip there for the health benefits of eating tuna.
Fish. Tuna
Yeah.
fish.
They call it high quality protein, right? It has essential vitamins B, D, A, and E, and minerals, selenium, magnesium, zinc, potassium that support heart health, cognitive function. Yeah, cognitive function, your brain
Magnesium
and
is
stuff,
very good.
keeping immune response and weight management,
good.
making it, as the tuna, a nutrient dense food. So I know you may not like
When
fish.
you're purchasing.
You may not like it, but make yourself get to like it.
I don't really like it.
Make
Andre,
yourself
but
get to like it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful food, man. It's great. That's real food.
Okay. I mean, I don't really. Sometimes if I go out, not sometimes, but if I go out, I will quicker order chicken than fish. But at home, if hubby cooks it, yes, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
But I'm very particular when it comes to.
You know the fish lover.
No, I'm
Yeah.
not. But chicken, I love.
Yeah. Anthony, my partner, Anthony, I call him partner. Yeah, he loves fish. My gosh, man.
Andre, are you all going to eat together? Or are you going to get a plate and to bring
I
it
bring
for
it for
him?
him. No, we're eating
so
together.
he will sit and enjoy,
enjoy his
food
thing by
without
himself. Me talking.
any disturbance. Let him enjoy his food. Yeah, okay, got it. Well, Anthony, enjoy your plate of food whenever it gets to you.
That's for sure. Okay.
And let me just also say good morning to a couple of people that Cornelius told me to. Cornelius checked in, and also Irene. Good morning to you. Sorry we didn't get to read that, and not that we couldn't read it. Andre just didn't want to hear the sound of our repeating voices coming through. Andre, while I'm saying that, let me just get the photo of the young lady that came through, and I'm not too sure if she has been found, but she's missing. It's Cassie John, that's the name of Latok Castries, and she's 34 years old. She was last seen on Saturday, January 3, 2026 in Castries. She's dark in complexion, pregnant, and has short hair.
Wow.
And so they're saying anyone with information regarding her whereabouts, please contact the Criminal Investigation Department at 456-3817, 456-3817, the crime hotline at 555, or via the crime hotline app. Okay?
I hope she's all right.
Yeah. So
I hope they find her. Yeah,
this person.
They
Yeah.
say she's actually pregnant.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what they're saying.
Okay.
So this came to me. Yeah.
Okay, Janice, thank you very much. Would you like to share what's coming up on the show this morning?
Well, apart from the
One hit wonder, hit
one
of the day.
hit of the day,
Yeah.
entertainment news.
All right.
I thought I would because normally Kina does that. Although, like you said, she didn't do it yesterday because she's but I thought I would do it today and talk about the three highest, the riskiest surgeries, three of them. So I'm going to do that today.
Sounds interesting.
Yes,
Sounds
very
interesting. Okay, folks. So this is it for Harddrive for today, Wednesday, the 14th of January, 2026. Thank you very much for viewing. Those of you on Facebook, on YouTube, on X, and also let's thank DBS Television for having us here on their service. We really do appreciate that. Thank you very much, Linda, and your entire crew. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think they should be joining us tomorrow again, if I am not mistaken, and possibly on Friday. Okay. And by the way, folks,
Anthony, Andre likes that, listeners. Andre likes it. Likes the TV and the Facebook.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm just getting comfortable with it.
After a while, come like second nature. So by the way, let me just let our listeners know. I got a call yesterday. From reps of the United Workers' Party. Yeah.
What do you mean by reps?
Well, folks who are part of the
representatives.
Of the organization. Yes,
okay, I got you.
Yes.
You're abbreviating with
so it looks as though
they are going to be returning.
They're going to be returning. It looks that way to me. Yeah,
they needed their vacation.
It's looking good.
They really worked hard.
Yeah.
They both parties worked hard. Yeah. So they needed the vacation.
So I imagine whoever kickstart, the other one will follow. So as I said, I spoke with them yesterday, at least two of the reps, and it looks like things are going to happen. Alrighty. More details to come. We're also planning. We have Valentine's Day coming up soon. We're planning for that as well. Want to make sure
look out for some fabulous prizes.
Yes, we have
some prizes. Yes,
especially for the couples. This year we're going to be doing it for at least for one lucky couple. All right. More details still to come.
That's
all right.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Lady J, and to our listeners. Please don't go away. Please stay with Lady J until 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yes.
Then of course my son, who I'm well pleased. Zen the DJ. He'll be here from 3 o'clock until 6. So do enjoy the rest of your day. This has been Harddrive, brought to you with the compliments of Rambali's Funeral Parlor.
At Rambali's Funeral Parlor, we truly care. During life's most difficult moments, we want you to know you are not alone.
At Rambali's, we are dedicated to providing dignity, compassion, and comfort when you need it the most.
Our caring team is here to walk with you every step of the way, whether it's in planning a gentle farewell or celebrating the beautiful life of your loved one.
We understand how precious they are, and we promise to honor their memory with the utmost respect and love.
Let us help you find peace and solace during this challenging time.
Please reach out to us at
758-452-2021, Castries, or 758-454-9239, Latuni, Viewfort, or visit us at ramballysfuneral.com.
We're here for you, ready to listen, support,
and serve with heartfelt compassion. You can lean on us.
At Rambali's, we care.
REV-UP St. Lucia, your healthy alternative.
That is freaking awesome, dude.
95.9 FM, the alpha of radio.
Sometimes the world feels uncertain, doesn't it? However, one truth remains. Jesus is